some, it's totally smooth. There's this chap who died in the early 90s. He lived with Ramana Maharshi until he was 15 or 16. No,
Robert
no,
Evans?
older. No, he's an Indian chap.
Babaji?
Annamalai, Swami Annamalai is his name. He always stayed in Ramanashram all his life. And he died in the 90s. In the last couple of years, his satsangs were recorded. And Westerners used to go sit with him. And somebody said, so when did self-realization happen? What happened for you? You know, what was the experience, the death experience of Ramana or the shaking experience of others? And he just said, I don't know anything about that. But I know it was 1969, the last time I believed a thought. Nothing.
So you could go there right now and just stop believing it.
Absolutely.
Every thought.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And some kind of realigning happens, it may be noticed, it may not be. So don't create it as a phenomenon. No go.
Holding the expectations.
That's right. And it's only right now, it's not like, well, you know, I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do this and I'm not getting there. All you're doing is playing memory. Between the memories of believing in the I, where was Philip then? When there was no I, me, my running. 10 hours ago. You know, when there was no my, me, I running, when you were walking, between the thoughts of, do people see the way I'm walking? Between those thoughts, was there an ownership thought running? No. And there's no way of knowing until the next ownership thought comes in. But somehow we imagine that it's all ownership thoughts, and here's my problem, and now I have to get rid of something. It's like, it just comes in and comes out. It's not yours. The ownership thought isn't yours. Do you see? A thought with the layer of ownership can be in consciousness. That's just moving through consciousness.
Clouds.
Yeah, it's not yours. Even the ownership aspect doesn't make it yours.
Yeah. It might be as nuts as me saying, that's my cloud.
Yes.
Right? It's just
Yes.
forming out of nothing.
It is as nuts. There's no might about it. You're right. It's a metaphor, not a simile. Yeah, it is that nuts. Yeah. We use that language in the dualistic world, and that language will continue because it's fine. It's dualistic language and it's appropriate for the my, me, my. It's framed around that, so it's fine. But, so what language you use, you don't have to qualify it, you don't have to, it's like, it's known to be just the dualistic language. No big deal.
But you're seeing from beyond the dualistic language, so you're not caught by it.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's just always an appearance.
Yeah.
Always has the same quality, an appearance. It's just always a movie, and completely implausible as reality. I mean, it loses all its authenticity.
A quote that keeps coming through my head, I don't know if you said it or a couple of weeks ago, but anyways, someone said, when you take out the trash from the kitchen to the curb, you don't stop and look at the trash midway. In terms of like letting go of the ego, I think there's a lot of, as we have been talking about like therapy and things like that, or
Yes.
that would just be more investment in the I to stop and look through the trash,
Yes.
right? Like it's rubbish, so
It
just straight to
perpetuates.
the curb.
Yes, it perpetuates the I story.
Yeah. That was helpful.
Yeah, looking at my stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And
you could
sometimes-
just sit there on the side of the road looking at your stuff.
You
for
could.
10 minutes. The lemon's over there, I'm looking through my stuff first.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. And isn't that what's happening with I having this story of I? That's just more
Looking at the road.
stuff, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
It's looking at the rubbish. And that's fine. Looking at the rubbish happens. It happens. In it.
Especially for your dog.
You know, yeah, it happens.
I can see within the movie it can be helpful sometimes. You know, like
Yeah.
my mom and her husband having some issues, so
Yeah.
obviously the more they can discuss that and clear it.
Sure, all that
it's
happens
helpful.
within the movie, of course. And the part of Philip in the movie will continue.
Right, whether or not there's an I there or not.
Totally,
Yeah,
totally.
life will just move through.
That's right. And if your family feels they're losing you or not losing you, you know, you can't control any of it anyway.
Yeah.
You can't.
I think it's my fears I'm projecting on the
For sure. For sure.
I know you know.
Yeah. So even the appearance of what is my thought, my story, my path, that thought even is happening in consciousness. The my thought doesn't make it Philip's.
Yeah, I'm just, again, sort of overwhelmed by like how, I can't think of the wording, but it's so convincing, the illusion. I mean, it's so, like, even the thought you think, wow, the thought that thinks it sees how illusory it is still just thought.
It's still in the movie.
So, yeah, it's just
Yes.
really like, wow. You just have to kind of surrender to it all.
That's right.
Because-
There's a place for surrender, isn't there? It kind of comes upon you. It's like, forget it.
I like how you said, even if there's an I who has to accept something, or an I who
Yes.
has to surrender, it's like too much still. It's still the I.
Yes,
Yeah, so it's just
it's just more doing.
complete annihilation.
Yes, it's complete annihilation. Yes. Yes.
God or bust.
Yeah. You know, the movie is a movie or the movie is real? Like,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, yeah. If something's pulling you.
Because I've been thinking, well, I'm kind of awake, you know.
I see.
But when you said that, that made sense. I mean,
Yeah.
the ego becomes a spiritual ego. I mean, the ego might have more information or concepts about that it's a movie, but
Yeah.
it's still trapped within the movie. I mean, the movie's still happening.
Yes. The movie will always happen,
Mm.
but it's only an appearance.
Mm.
It doesn't, in reality, it's not happening at all. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Existence itself doesn't exist. No concepts.
Yeah. I feel good about that in this moment, that I can sort of put the movie down.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still not putting it down, but I mean,
Sure, I know.
there's a sense of like
Yeah.
okayness about it. Oh, okay.
That's right.
It's just a movie.
That's
I don't have to
right.
be so anxious about it. Like, anxiety.
That's right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And anxiety happens and it will pass again.
Mm. Mhm. Thank you so much.
So when attention is in what you really are, the movie is just the movie. And it doesn't change from being the movie. So
Yeah.
placing attention in what you really are.
I feel like it becomes an empty movie house. The movie's playing, but when you look in the audience, there's no one watching it. It's
Yes.
empty space.
Yes. That's right. There is no audience. Audience is observer.
Mm.
That's mind too. The audience is the movie.
Mm.
So what's left in the movie house?
Nothing.
Maybe the screen.
Yeah.
Some analogies, some scriptures use that
Yeah.
and say the screen. It's the unchanging, still, unknowing. Is there pictures flashing on this or is there not? Screen. No clue.
And the screen's not affected by
No,
anything.
not affected by any of it. Not aware of any of it, completely and totally.
Mm. Yeah. Thank
Let attention be on the screen.
you.
And somehow,
Mm. Grace.
yeah,
Mm.
but you are. Hmm. Okay, thank you, Philip. Good morning.
Good morning.